Let's make another pot holder on our 18 peg loom. Today we're working the Houndstooth Twill. You may recognize this pattern here because it is a very classic design on lots of garments and things throughout the years, just decades really. Very classic. This actually has a mirrored look to this one. You can use it for one pot holder or seam them together for much larger projects or even just a little bag. So we have a written blog. You can get that link down below, and it has detailed instructions row by row, or you can see this chart. We'll also link to that as well. This is licensed under Creative Commons, but this is from Piglet's portfolio of priceless potholder patterns, and that chart is linked in our blog down below. Well, let's begin and work on our new potholder. Welcome to Good Knit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. Today you're going to need your loom, of course. I've got links to looms down below, the one that I'm using, and we need our loops. So we're working with 20 loops of color A, I'm using green, and 16 loops of color B, I'm using purple. If you want your weaving tool, you can use that. I usually just use a crochet hook at the very end, and I do most of the weaving with my fingers. So grab your supplies and the pattern and we'll begin. Oh, and we do have a right and left-handed tutorial, so be sure and click down below for that. Let's begin with the warp. We're going to place our loops vertically from top to bottom or bottom to top on pegs 1 through 18 as follows. Let's grab our color A, and we're going to put down our color A, which I'm using green, on pegs 1 through 3. So 3 together. And now you're going to skip 4, and we're going to put them on pegs 8 through 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4 at the top. There we go. So we're going to put them on the next 4 pegs. And then we're going to put them on pegs 16 through 18, the last 3 pegs. Okay, and now we're going to lay 8 of the purple pegs or color B in the missing ones. So the ones we haven't done are pegs 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to skip down and do the next ones, which are 12 through 15. And then once you complete that, we'll start working on the weave. Pause your video and meet me back up when you're ready for the weave. See you in a minute. Our weave begins just how we started our warp. We've got actually the same color sequence, so I've gone ahead and laid this out. If you want to lay yours out conveniently, that way you can. I've got 3 of color A, 4 of color B, 4 of color A, 4 of color B, and then the last 3 in color A, just like we did before. So if you want to do that, pause and come back. I'm going to go ahead and start this weave. So I'm going to grab these 3 in A, and we're going to start with row 1 with A, and all the rows have a whole bunch of going under 2 over 2 or over 2 under 2 and repeating that, and the beginning and ends are usually with a single one sometimes. Okay, so on this one we're going to begin with A, weave over number 1. Okay, so we're going to go over 1, and then we're going under 2 over 2, and then we're going to repeat that. So we're going to go under 2, whoops, there we go, drop that. So over 1, under 2 over 1 once, and then under 1, or sorry, under 2 over 2. Sorry, I keep saying the wrong thing. That's the second time, and do it a third, and do it a fourth, making sure you're going under both strands of each. Okay, and then at the end, you're just going to go under that very last one. Okay, so that's row A, or row 1, and then with A again, we're going to go under 2 over 2. So we're not starting with a single one, but we're going to end with a double as well. So this is all doubles. So under 2, place that, and over 2, under 2, over 2, and repeat. So you're alternating the colors that you're going under here. So you're going to end with going under 2. Go ahead and push that all the way up. And now with A on row 3, we're going to weave under 1 and then do our 2 repeat here. We're going to go over 2, under 2, and repeat that 4 times. So that's once, twice, we do our 3 times, and then the last, you're going to go, sorry, we did it 4 times, and then going to go over the last one on that 3rd peg. I place that on that 2nd peg, so let me move that down. Okay, so I have 1 loop on each of these first 3 pegs and the last. Okay, now we're going to go on to our 2nd color, B, and you've got 4 of these. This is row 4 with B. We're going to weave over 2, under 2, and repeat that 4 times. So over 2 and under 2. Oops. And continue. So over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and over the last 2. Okay, row 5, weave over 1, and then we're going to go under 2, over 2, 4 times, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, and then under the last one. Row 6 with B, weave under 2, over 2, and repeat to the end. Under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, and under the last 2. And then row 7 with B, we're going to weave under 1, and you got it. We're going to go over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and over the last one. And then now we have our next 4 green, and we've done 7, so we're on 8. So we're at the end of our repeat. This is the last row on here. So with A, we're going to weave over 2, under 2, and then over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2, and over the last 2. Okay, so you've got most of that those first 2 sets of houndstooth here. So you're going to repeat rows 1 through 8 again, and then so go ahead and pause your video. When we meet back up, we'll be on the last 2 rows. I'll show you those, and I'll show you how to use it with your crochet hook, and then we'll bind off together. See you in a minute. All right, we have our last 2 rows left, rows 17 and 18, and they're going to be just like rows 1 through 2. So we're going to pick up our A and go under 1. Go ahead and lay down your loop, and I'm using my crochet hook to just lift these bottom warp loops over, and then I can lift them in sets of 2s and 4s to go across here. So we're going to go over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2. So I'm going to pick up the ones I'm going under. So I'm picking up these 2, skipping 2, picking up the next 2, 1, 2, and then we just lay it across and let it do the work for us, laying it down. All these warp loops. Oop, got a little hair in there. Okay, and then pick up, and we're gonna skip 2. We're gonna get these 2, skip these 2, and take these 2. And when we're done with that row, we just have to leave it over that last one. So got these 2, skipping 2, come and pick up the next. And then lay across, and I'm done with that row once I lay these down. And then the last row is super easy because you're going over 2 at a time. There's no picking 1 or whatever up at the same time. So we're going to begin with going under 2, over 2, and across. So I'm going to grab a couple here, these 2. Oops, hang on a second. I said that was easy and then I skipped too far. Okay. Or didn't do enough. Okay, so we're going with this one right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to pick up 6 and 5, skipping 3 and 4, and going to 1 and 2. And we're going to go under 2, over 2, under 2, and continue with our over 2 and just keep going. So we've got 1, 2. Okay, we're gonna pick these 2 up, skip these 2, and go on these 2. There we go. And lay it across. Okay, now we've got over 2, and then we're going under the last 2. And lay that one down. And you have completed all of your weaving. Next, we're going to bind off. Join me back for that when you're finished. We are ready to bind off using a crochet hook. I usually go across this top row first, opposite of my little black peg. If you don't have one, that's okay. This is just where I start. I'm going to go 1 over to this row over here, this side first. It's how I do it. It's just how I remember. I begin and end. So I'm going to pick that one up, and then we're going to go to the next corner stitch, pick that up, and we're going to loop up and over that back loop over the top. That's it. You're going to continue repeating that all the way around. So just continue going in one direction. It doesn't matter if you go to the right or left, just keep going until the very end. And you have all of the loops off of your loom. I'll meet you back at the very end. I'll show you how to finish it off. Pause your video and I will see you there. All right, we're on our last 2 stitches. I'm going to pull that on through. And now I want to grab that stitch over here that's loose, and that's going to connect my corners. That was the one we started with. It was actually on this side over here. We're going to pull it through, and now we've got our corner done, and we just need to weave this in the back. So first I'm going to kind of hand block it. I'm going to stretch out corner to corner and get this nice and kind of more an even edge here, and just leave my hook in while I do that. And there we go. Okay, cute little houndstooth there. Okay, this right here, this loop, I just kind of come to the back, pull it out of the loop, find another loop in the back, and then pull that loop through, and then go through another loop and pull through. I'm just going through half of one of these cotton loops here. I like to kind of do light colors to like if I can. And there, it's hidden in there more. And now here we have our potholder. Nice little fun houndstooth. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Houndstooth Twill Potholder, and try out one of our other potholder videos down below. We've got all of them listed. There are a ton of them. We've just been adding to them every time. Have a great day. Happy knitting, crochet, and weaving. See you soon. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.